Hey, ¿qué onda, comadrejas? Nada más aquí les voy a traer lo que viene siendo el gameplay de este juego de miedo, en 8 bits al parecer, que se llama Home. Lo he jugado un poco, no le he avanzado mucho porque la verdad quería guardarlo para traérselos a ustedes. Aquí soy Pyro. Bueno, entonces empecemos con el juego. Y también recuerden si tienen pues, algún tipo, algún juego que quieran que juguemos, lo pueden dejar en los comentarios. Y si les gustan los videos, si les gusta el canal, pueden darle like, compartir y suscribirse. Entonces empecemos desde el principio. Sí, quiero empezar desde el principio. Ok, sí. Bien, tengo la ventana abierta por propósitos de alumbrado, porque si no, no me ven, así que las luces apagadas, pues no importa. Que me muevo, perfecto. Interactuar con la barra espaciadora, pantalla completa o no, y quitar el juego. Muy bien. All I remember at that point was finding myself alone. Oh, my head. Where was I? It was so dark. Okay. There was something at my feet. A flashlight. Ok, excelente. Ok, sí. Ok. Es interesante el juego. Me recuerda a un juego del cual ya había visto anterior gameplay, pero aquí está más grande el mono. Por así decirlo, se ve más cerca. That house, where was I? Ok, excelente. ¿Qué es eso? Okay. There was a body lying on the floor. Who was it? ¿Le puedo ver la cara? I didn't recognize his face. He was still kind of warm. Okay. Qué guau. Ok, para acá, antes de bajar. Una gotera. Y un cuarto. Nada. The desk had a computer and some papers in it and a single drawer. I didn't want to snoop, but did I open the drawer? A menos que no quieras encontrar pistas, no lo abras, pero yo te recomiendo que sí. The seats, pants, and a blurry photo. Looked like a store of some kind. Why did this look so familiar? No sé, tal vez... ¿Qué es eso? Catsup. Blood on the wall. It smelled fresh and sickening. I realized there was blood on my shoes and pants. Oh man, I had to get out of there. Okay. Claro, o sea, súper normal, estás en una casa, te despiertas y hay un cuerpo tirado, no te paniqueas para nada. Luego vas al otro cuarto y hay sangre y te das cuenta de que estás manchado de sangre y te sigue valiendo. Solo dices, no tengo que ir. Claro. I noticed that I limped as I moved down the stairs. How did I hurt my leg? I wondered. All I could really recall was coming home, seeing Rachel. I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and tried to clear it. I knew I should head downstairs, try to find a way out. Okay, excelente. Un librero. The shelf was full of books on local history and hunting. It seemed like the owner of the house really knew the area. Okay, ¿qué fue eso? An old dining table covered in dirty dishes for 2 people. There were dozens of beer cans and other liquor bottles among the dishes. The smell was turning my stomach. How long had this been here, rotting? The man upstairs didn't look like he'd been dead a long time. ¿Qué es esto? A black and white photo looked like the man upstairs and his wife, I guessed. There was no reason for me to keep this. Did I take it? Yes. Porque somos unos ladrones, por eso estamos tomando todos. I slipped the photo into my pocket. Maybe this would help me find some answers. Okay. Voy a quitar un audífono porque está medio cagante. Muy pronto también voy a estar subiendo lo que vienen siendo más videos de Slender, porque pues digamos que no terminé el juego y pues la verdad sí quiero terminarlo y quiero subirle un poco la dificultad. Y tal vez me muera, no estoy seguro. También tengo que hacer el gameplay de Paranormal, que es un juego de miedo también. Ya tengo algo grabado, no lo he subido, no he tenido oportunidad. A lo mejor y para cuando ustedes estén viendo este video ya haya subido el video de Paranormal, así que no sé ni por qué lo estoy mencionando. Bueno. A thin grey mouse was stuck in a trap. It looked frenetic but exhausted. Did I free it? Un ratón, sí, güey, los ratones están bonitos, güey. Libéralo. A collection of rusty tools just looked like they'd seen a lot of use and were caked in damp smelling dirt. Caked. Están empastelados. Me imagino que se refiere a cubiertos. Why weren't they in a shed? A photo similar to the old one I picked up. It'd been moved a lot. There seemed to be a switch behind it. Did I push the switch? Sí. I pressed smoothly into the wall. I heard a faraway click somewhere. Okay. Okay. Después sigamos, ya puedo bajar al siguiente piso. Aunque ya había bajado un piso, ¿no? Sí. No, sí, ya había bajado un piso. Excelente. I looked like hell. My clothes were dirty and turned, and there was mud caked all over my shoes. ¿Por qué otra vez caked? O sea, sé que se refieren embarrados, pero no se me hace la mejor expresión. Viste, the front door was blocked by a pile of furniture. I knew I had to find another way out. O simplemente podrías mover los muebles, digo, no creo que seas tan débil. Pero bueno, entonces como iba diciendo, caked. No sé, suena raro. Mis tenis están empastelados con lodo. The bathroom was spotless. Everything had been wiped to a sheen. I wonder if it was the man's wife who did the cleaning, or him. No creo que haya sido el vato, ya que está muerto. There was a photo development tray lying on the floor. Some leftover negatives were sticking out, but they were pretty blurry. I thought I saw what it looked like treetops. No sé para qué puedo levantar la lámpara. Bailemos. Ok, ya, prosigamos. El espejo ya lo vi, el reloj no puedo hacer nada. What the fuck? The door was taped up and seemed to be stuck by the small guest it led to the kitchen. The box looked heavy, but there were marks on the floor. It had obviously been moved before. Maybe I had found a way out. I must have moved it, right? ¿Por qué no mueves los muebles? ¿Por qué no está moviendo los muebles que están en la puerta de la entrada en lugar de ir a un sótano? O lo que sea. Como quieras, vato. Si te quieres mover adelante, vamos por acá. Y... ok. Esto está cerrado. No sé, siento que este juego es más de investiga, más que pase algo de miedo. No hay nada. There were sheets of paper all over the kitchen table. It looked like a series of names were written down, but they were too small to read. I could only make out a few of the notes. Key card, Ocker, last one, I promise. It didn't make much sense at the time. Key card, locker, last one, I don't know. Parece que el vato mataba gente y prometió que era el último. A lo mejor con este juego no van a escuchar gritar tanto como está gritando con el Slender. Pero pues... bueno. Se me hizo interesante el juego, lo quise descargar. There was a ladder going underground where the box was. A dank smell rose from the passage. Did I climb down the ladder? Ladder. Sí, vamos por abajo. I looked again at the photo I found in the house. The couple looked distant, like they didn't want to be in the same picture. I wondered where the wife was. My leg was in terrible shape, but I had to get out. Sí, porque todo esto... ¿qué es esto? Footprints in the dirt. Looked like more than one kind. A lot of traffic. Perdón. Places all over were marked on the old map of town. The industrial area near the river, various houses, and even the water tower near the old rail station. Perdón, más periódico. Newspaper clippings from the local paper, they were all about murders in town over the last few years. Wait, there were photos of our house. What the hell was that about? Maybe I should have looked around more, try to find some kind of information. Vato, buscamos en todas partes, güey. ¿Quieres volver a subir? Bueno, vamos a subir. Vamos. Dice que... Vete a la verga, puto. Le digo al personaje del juego, no crean que ustedes. Si es que alguien ve estos videos, por el amor de Dios. Oh, Rachel, please be okay. I wanted to rush home, but I had to find a way out first. Pues sí, güey, si no, ¿cómo llegas? And I needed to see what else was down here. O sea, el vato está diciendo que quería apresurarse a llegar a casa, pero tenía que encontrar una forma de salir antes. Es un poco obvio que primero tienes que encontrar la forma de salir. Bueno. Work table covered in papers, dirt, and a handgun. I hated guns. I didn't take it, did I? Sí, la tomaste, pendejo. Estás en una casa que no conoces, estás en un sótano, estás herido y no quieres tomar un arma. Sí, la tomaste. I tucked the small handgun into my pocket. Its weight was somehow reassuring. Okay. Más escaleras. It was so dark down there, and the air smelled stale and putrid. I couldn't believe what I saw. What was this place? Some kind of homemade rag slung together with poorly cut wooden rope. It was caked with old blood. Esta no es la expresión, caked, está empastelada. Somebody didn't actually use that, did they? Ok, del otro lado primero. Ok, ahora sí estoy. The desk looked old and was caked with grime. And it was a stack of old faded paper covered with what looked like names. They were scratched out and illegible notes were written beside them in faded blue ink. I could only make out a few letters. He, if, e, ro. Yeah, none of it made any sense to me. Ni para mí, güey, no te apures. No soy el único que está confundido. Crudely made shelves, they looked like they were holding cans of some kind of corrosive. The labels were worn and slick, but I could still see the warnings. ¿No te quieres llevar unas? ¿Qué es esto? It looked like a cage. It was small, but there was something coating the bottom. Something wet. No quiero bajar todavía, así que voy a la otra puerta. Okay. There looked to be bones half dug into the ground, and the remains looked old. The faded clothes that stuck up amongst the dirt looked familiar. They looked like the clothes the woman was wearing in the photo I found. Was this the man's wife? Ok, ya es todo lo que hay que parecer. Muy bien. Ahora sí hay que bajar las escaleras. Tengo un arma. ¿Puedo poner pausa? No, no puedo poner pausa, al parecer. Some kind of old boxes, they looked like they were years old. Wait a minute, these boxes had old clothes in them. Clothes I remember throwing out after Rachel and I moved to town. What the hell were they doing here? Ya, no hay nada más, solo eso, en serio. ¿Qué vergas es eso, güey? Okay. I remember noticing the broken ladder. I had to be careful. Nada más acá. La habitación. Mándame. What? ¿Qué vergas fue eso? There was rope hanging there. I wasn't sure how sturdy it was. Did I take it? If you took it, maybe the rope would make that broken ladder easier to descend. ¿Qué verga se escuchó, vato? The rope I found would have let me climb down the broken ladder safely. Did I climb down? Yes. Sí, porque no hay ningún... I could hear a faint hum and the smell from before started to get worse. No hay nada de este lado. A bunch of old newspapers sweet pasted together. A message had been hastily smeared on it. Keep out. Danger due to cave-in. Still feel a faint impression of the rope I had slid down as I pressed against the heavy metal door. It was probably for the best that I hadn't jumped. The ache in my leg was bad enough as it was. If I could have, though, I would have run straight out of those awful tunnels. Who would keep such a place? At least, I thought I had found that old handgun. It seemed to work. And from the smell of it, it had been used already. I kept the gun in my pocket. It seemed a familiar weight there. An exposed ventilation shaft made someone crawl through there, but it was so high up that must have been a sore landing. There was dirt on the ground, it looked wet, and there was grass smeared within it. Una escalera y una puerta. No sé qué es, pero I could hear a faint trickling sound like water. What was that? Kitchen knife covered in drying blood. Thinking about it made me sick. I didn't even want to touch it. Did I take the knife? See, si los más, I left the knife in my boot since I had the gun in my pocket. Did I really need all this? No sé, güey, pero tú tómalo, güey. ¿Qué vergas pasó? Muchas puertas. Wasn't sure what those bulbs were for. Did I turn? No. I left the bulb alone. Okay. Ya no hay nada aquí. O sea que empezamos a ir hacia atrás. Voy a ir entrando a las puertas que vi. Y ya después veré si giro esas cosas o no. ¿Cuánto tiempo llevo jugando, la verdad? Vamos a ver esta puerta primero. Otra. I wasn't sure, but I thought it was some kind of regulator. I had no idea how it worked. Okay. The door was locked. There was a musty smell from inside. Okay. Exit. No voy a tomar esa puerta porque no sé qué vergas hay ahí. Vamos a subir. Es un cuartito. Disgusting. It was a mess of filthy garbage bags. There were ribs and tears in most of the bags. What looked like an old videotape was sticking out. Did I take the tape? Yes. I wasn't sure what I hoped to discover with the tape, but I took it anyway. ¿Hay una tele por aquí? No. No, al parecer no. Según ya había una cama aquí, pero al parecer vi muy mal. Ya no hay nada por acá. Vamos por acá. Voy a ir cerrando las válvulas al parecer. Okay, aquí. Hasta aquí dice. There was rust ladder sunk into the water, which smelled disgusting. I couldn't climb down that. Maybe to find a way to drain that putrid water. Okay. Entonces para eso eran las válvulas. Si hubiera entrado ahí primero me hubiera dado cuenta, pero the door was locked, bla bla bla. Ok, la puerta cerrada, como lo raro adentro. Aquí hay una válvula, vamos a cerrarla. I thought I could turn this water bulb to shut off its flow. Did I turn it? Yes. Vamos a ir de pura casualidad. Eso hizo que el agua baja. O hay que bajar todas. Hay que bajar todas. No sé por qué pensé que no. Pero bueno, ya no he escuchado nada más desde lo último que escuché, que fue como que alguien hablando en lenguas como bla bla, dices lo mismo que la otra. Sí, la apagaste. Sí, la apagaste. Y sí, la apagaste. se escucha? Ah. Ah, es que... Ok, ya se detuvo el sonido. Pensé que iba a tener... Ok, sí, al parecer les tengo que girar varias veces. O tengo que... Ah, qué hueva si es así, vato, en serio. Ok, están apagados. Ya había girado esta. Pero bueno, el juego dice que no lo hice, no lo hice. Todo apagado, muy bien, todavía no puedo. Ok, nada más es eso. Esta puerta sigue cerrada. Es tan sencillo, los controles solo son las flechas y la barra espaciadora, es todo. Ok, vamos a bajar. Looked like the water drained out of the grate in the wall. There was a small metal key left floating in the shallow pool of fancy water. Did I take it? Yes, you took it. I pocketed the small key, but it was so odd-shaped I had no idea what it might open. Puerta. Yo sé que puede abrir, así que vamos a regresar. Vamos a subir, vamos a intentar abrir aquella puerta. Lo más fácil es que abra esa puerta que está cerrada aquí arriba. Ok, no, me parece no es esta puerta. Interesante. La única llave que puedo encontrar y no es la puerta que está cerrada con llave. Genial. The safety posters had definitely seen better days. How old was that facility? The door was locked. I could see a faint light within. Pero yo solo quiero ver esto. ¿Qué decía? The faded paper was yellow and dusty, but there it had obviously been wiped off recently. The faded bla bla bla. Okay. Bueno, hay que subir entonces. O sea, tengo una llave. ¿Tengo algún inventario? No, no tengo un inventario. Well, otra persona, I found another dead body, a sewer worker, by the wounds all over his face and body. I figured he'd been stabbed repeatedly. There was a keyring sticking out of the man's pocket. Did I take it? Yes, you took it. I thought about the knife I had found with some disgust as I carefully picked the keys from his pocket. I was almost worried he was going to grab me. Pero no lo hizo. Blah, blah, blah. There was a security camera in the room. There must have been a way to see what had happened. Maybe the VHS tape I found could be useful. Tengo otra duda, no sé si hacer estos videos en inglés o en español. La verdad no sé qué prefiere la gente. Obviamente, o sea, there was a hint of fresh air here. I must have been near an exit, but I wonder what did the key I found on the sewer work do, and what was on the videotape I found. Al parecer tengo que regresar, intentar abrir la puerta que estaba cerrada. Esta está cerrada. Use the key to unlock the door. Okay. The shelf full of security tapes was strictly organized, though covered in dust. It looked like the tape I found was the one that was missing from the shelf. There was a dusty VCR on the security desk. I wonder what was on that VHS tape I found. Did I play the tape? Yes. Qué sonido tan ojete. It looked like there could have been two men. I wonder what was in that. Bla 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 bla. Ok, ya es todo. Bueno, de salida, supongo. Siento que voy a salir de la cloaca y me van a matar. ¿Qué era aquí? Aquí. Aquí es donde está el vato muerto. Voy a salir de la baticueva. Y Robin me va a estar esperando para darme una patada y después Batman va a llegar y me va a hablar. O algo por el estilo. The climb was slow thanks to my sore leg and the extra weight I was carrying. Would I really need that gun or that knife on my journey back, or had I taken it there for some other purpose? The thought of that videotape still gave me chills. Who was it that didn't want to be seen, and what was in that locked room? I shook my head as I reached the top of the ladder and heavied at the latch above me. Suddenly, the awful smell of that sewer gave way to the dank scent of pine trees. Okay. ¿Puedo volver a bajar? Ok, no puedo volver a bajar. Si vieron eso, ¿verdad? Ahí está. Ok, ya. No. Bueno, espera. No sé cuánto tiempo llevo grabando. 26 minutos, ok, entonces por el día de hoy lo vamos a dejar aquí. Espero les haya gustado el video. Como les repito, si les gustó, por favor compártanlo, denle like y suscríbanse. Muy pronto estaremos subiendo más contenido. El detalle es que ahorita no tenemos pues muchos juegos, la verdad. Entonces tenemos que jugar lo que tenemos con lentitud para poder hacer videos. Pero pues bueno, miren este video de este jueguito, fueron casi media hora. Bueno, muchas gracias por todo. Aquí la comadreja Pyro de la Comadreja Gameplay. Espero que les haya gustado el video. Por favor, pasen la voz de que existimos. Si no, ¿cómo le hacemos? Obviamente no es también nosotros pasamos la voz. Pero bueno, muchas gracias por todo. Que tengan una excelente tarde. Hasta luego.